did the recording for day 2 of the GTM training sessions of videos, and yesterday we looked at classifications and items and attributes in items within GTM, and also the attributes of items within Fusion. And today, Victoria, what do you think we'll be looking at?
Parties and denied party screening.
Okay.
And let me know when you can see my screen.
I see you. Yep.
See it.
So, so the second tab for today is restricted party screening, and I actually want to start from main Fusion application on this as well. So yesterday we discussed products and how the products need to be set up in Oracle Product Hub in order to GTM to properly see them and be able to process the transactions. And the same thing applies to customers. They need to be properly set up in main Oracle Fusion application, so GTM can basically properly see them. And this tab is restricted party screening, and that's where we'll be screening our customers. But I want to bring you first to the main application and look into customer data management. So this is this tab here. And we will go into organizations. So normally the trade compliance team wouldn't be managing these activities. So I'm showing this just for visibility and for better understanding of end-to-end process. But this function is with customer service, so they manage and maintain customer database. Right, so if you can see here, so we can open up the search. So once you log into this organizations tab, it offers you firstly, it offers you the list here, the full list of the customers currently loaded, or you can perform a search on a particular customer, just inputting some search data here. So we can start with like a comp and then a last updated date. So I'm not sure why it is defaulted to such a short period of time. So basically it defaulted to 3 days before today. So normally I would be choosing it to, I don't know, February, something like that. So it gives me, because if you do search like that, normally you won't find anything, because last updated day is 3 days. So we haven't done too much work in these last 3 days. So probably search won't work. So I suggest if you are searching for something in customer data hub here, just set your search like well at the beginning of the year or something like that. So I changed this to February 11. Doesn't matter really. And I put the beginning of the company name, just for example, and we do search. And it gives you all the companies which basically start with this. Yeah, so we can right, so this is the main page for customer data management, and there are 3 things that are important here and need to be set up so GTM see this customer. The first one is usages. So this needs to be set up as buying customer. So if this is missing, GTM won't see it. So this is the first criteria, usages and buying customer. The second criteria is the customer needs to have active status. So there is drop down here, active, inactive. And definitely needs to be active for GTM to process that. That's the second point. And the third point is this, which is GTM ready flag. So the idea behind this, I believe, is that customer service probably can create a new customer, and probably it can take some time to collect the full data that we need. So like all the addresses, because if you scroll down here, it's quite a lot of information here. Phone, email. If you open up addresses, it will show you the primary address, bill to, ship to, sell to. So there is lots of data and Incoterm here. So there is lots of data on customers here, and probably it won't be kind of ready in one go. But then once customer service finishes working with this customer and they think that their all information is ready, and we can excuse me, we can for example process an order for this customer, then as a final step they should tick this GTM ready flag. So that means that the customer data is ready and basically ready to be transferred to GTM. So three things: buying customer, active here, and GTM flag ready. And that completes the setup for our part in main Fusion application. And if we go here and we open up the tab restricted party screening and we go into parties, so two options of search. You can just leave everything empty and just click search, and this gives you everything. Or if, like in this case, we were searching for a particular company, we input the same search criteria here, we click search, and this gives us the this is our company. Yeah, so in here is everything set up clearly, active, GTM ready, and here we go, this is our company in GTM. So I want to take you back here, and if we cancel this, so we close this page, but as you can see on this search criteria, it returned like many customers here, different customers, different company names. So let's click, for example, on the first one. So this is usages, is customer, so it doesn't show buying customer. So this customer won't be interfaced to GTM. So it really can not even try to find it there, because it's the criteria is not completed, fulfilled basically. So out of this list, I can see that you can see it from here as well. Yeah, you can bring up these columns here, and we've just checked this Aqua tool, and I can see that this is another one set up as buying customer. So let's check this one. So we can see that usages is buying customer, which is fine. Then we're scrolling here, status is active, but there is no GTM ready flag. So if we are going now to check, basically, and we put this Aqua here, it gives us only this Aqua tool. It gives us only the first company that we checked. GTM flag ready not ticked, cannot see this customer. So for it to, yeah.
So thank you, Victoria. Whose job function will it be to make the checks on this? So I've completed a sales order. I've used the company Aquator, which is not GTM ready. So would my sales order just remain on hold because GTM doesn't recognize it as being GTM ready?
Yeah, it just won't process. So there is no point even in submitting it, because like the process flow has to be set up properly. So the customer needs to be set up first, and only then you do the order, because you can probably, let's say they didn't check it. They just say, okay, we see the customer in database, we create an order. So it's kind of a pointless activity because GTM can't see. So, and the order won't progress. It will be stuck in order management saying compliance checks cannot be performed. So that's why the sequence of steps is important here. So if they set up customer first, and this function is within CX somewhere. Not the order management people, probably they have a separate group of people who will be looking after customer data. It is somewhere within CX function, but not sure who exactly will be performing it.
Okay, thanks for that.
So how can we do? Let's say we need to order for this customer, yeah. So and the customer service says we need to process the order. They check this buying customer, it's active, so they do tick GTM flag ready, and then they do save and close. So basically, they updated the information on customer page. And then if we give it a few minutes, I will double check. So normally the interface takes a few minutes. So if we then do a query in a few minutes, let's see what happens in here. Right. So I think that will be it for the main Oracle application part, and then we will be looking just into actual party screening.
So from a GTM point of view, yesterday we looked at items and item attributes. Today we're looking at customer. We could say customer attributes.
Yeah.
If there was the whole shop of attributes we need to think about, does it end there, or are there other attributes that we would look at a later date?
I think it is just it. So because what GTM is doing, it's screening products and customers for a certain transaction. So the plan was we looked into items. Today we're looking into customers, parties, and denied party screening. And for Thursday, I was planning transactions. Okay. So how do we use this data of products, combinations of products and customers to screen orders?
Okay, thank you.
So, right. So probably we can go back to it at a later point and check, because I don't know what is the time lag at the moment between this sequencing of these two applications. So we are currently in restricted party screening and parties. And I will probably go with, or shall I just show this first? So there is a tab parties, where is all this interface data is kept for companies and contacts, because parties, that's not just companies, that's also people, because GTM will be screening against the denied party lists and companies and persons as well. So parties is both companies and company contacts. So if we
yesterday, sorry, Victoria. Yesterday we looked at would all items be GTM checked, and we know that all items will be checked by GTM. Is it the case that all customers would also be checked by GTM? Would we have GTM ready for all of our customers within ABCAM, or is it just to select customers?
So for all buying customers and for all the customers for whom we potentially can place an order, because I'm not sure, because I don't work in this area and normally we wouldn't have access to it, but for GTM it has to be set as buying customer usage. But I can see, like from even this example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even with this search criteria, which is just set as customer, not as buying customer. So what is the purpose of this usage from customer service perspective? I don't know. But for some reason, we're having customers on our database which are not buying customers. And probably that's the question for CX. So what is the difference? Why we're keeping them? How we use them if we can't put an order for them, if they're not a buying customer. So what kind of customer they are? So this is all for CX questions. I'm just showing this little bit from this customer data hub and customer data management, which will, so we can better understand if there is something in GTM showing that, like, let's say like here, we couldn't see this customer, yeah? So why we can't see it? We can't see it because GTM ready flag hasn't been set up properly. So now we updated the flag and we are waiting for the interface of this customer, because otherwise if you will be like, okay, I can't see this customer in GTM, what am I going to do? So what you're going to do, you need to check if it's a buying customer, if it is active, and if the GTM ready flag is ticked. So that's our troubleshooting process. Right, so we are currently in restricted party screening. So again, from the home screen, that restricted party screening, and second tab, restricted party screening. So from here, so GTM will automatically screen all the transactions, but there is an also functionality to do it manually ad hoc. So you have a company or you have a person, someone contacted us via phone or email, and we are not sure about them, or a new customer is trying to get registered. So you can put it here. Probably for the person is just name and surname. For the company, you will have to fill in the company name, all the kind of known details, and then you do match, click match here. So at this point, GTM will go to the car data feed and check if there is any match available for this combination.
So GTM is integrating with a separate application, Daycar, which has got a full list of restricted parties, and if Victoria Woodcock is on that restricted party list, it'll come back and tell us, and if not, it will tell us.
Yeah, exactly. So the first integration is from the item tab and classification. So that's where we use the car data feed to be able to classify our items. And the second data feed is linked to this tab. And as you can see, no results found. So I passed the party screening. So what we can do, let's match someone again. I think Kevin last time didn't. Yeah, Kevin, is Kevin with us today? Oh yeah, he
Yes.
is. Yeah.
Of course I am.
Kevin, you wouldn't mind me using you?
No, you're absolutely fine. Hopefully I'm off the list.
Yeah. So if we put Kevin and we do match, and it highlights, you see, it brings me the results here. So what I can do, so actually denied party screening found some kind of a match. So you can go here and check. Firstly, it will give you the algorithm of how it calculates the match, which is a bit complicated, and it's only for trade compliance to have a look in certain cases. And but the main thing here, you see it highlights in yellow your matching kind of data that's matching. And our party first name, and we're screening party name, first name and last name, which is Kevin Monty, and then it found us a match because there is on this denied party list, there is a guy who is as well Kevin, and looks in his surname, there is partial match. So it picks up even combinations like that. It says, I'm not sure if it's the same surname or not, but looks a little bit like it. So basically it found this match, but we can see that's not our Kevin. Yeah, this is someone else, because it's okay, Kevin is a popular name and the surname is different. So in this case I would be setting it as not a match. So this is with the trade compliance to review and make a decision. So what happened in with this new process? Previously, responsibility for customer screening was with customer service. With this new process, they are passing it on to us, onto trade compliance. So before, we were not making decisions of is it a good customer, it's not a good customer, matching, not matching, so we were not involved in that. Now customer service won't be doing it, GTM will be performing it, but it will be basically GTM is not making decisions. It only provides you with potential match to have a look at. So here it's not saying me, okay, this is a custom and you can't, you know. It just says, look, it matches, review and make your decision. So we are getting more responsibility with this new process. Which we
So
didn't have
if you created the sales order with customer Kevin Manto, that would fail the GTM with the red dot that we've seen in sales orders, and then
yes.
it would be for the
yeah, it
right.
will. It will, and then I will have to go into this order, review why is the reason for hold. It will open up me this page saying that this guy is matching, but I will see that it's Kevin, which is a popular name, and surname is completely different, and he is in United States in Iowa. I don't know where. So it's not our Kevin. So I will then set it up as not a match, and I will manually release the order from hold.
Okay.
Can you just excuse me for a second? Back. Okay. So that's where the ad hoc party screening will be happening, and
Descartes, the application is always updating itself. We are not updating Descartes.
No, it updated every day overnight. So once, like every 24 hours, they're sending us. Normally, I receive these emails from them. This is automatic email saying that these lines have been updated. You know, because these new people are getting added to the lists every day, or some people are being taken off the list, which is also that happens. So they are maintaining this. The same as with classification. So they are maintaining the latest database, and we are paying them for access to these databases with tariff codes and with the party lists.
And are those emails just saying we've updated, or does it actually give a bit more than that? Does it say any restricted names if these have been added, or is it just as we've just updated?
It says like, let me check. It's an automatic email, so there is no actual communication. Hey, Victoria, they look at what we've done. So it's just very kind of, you can see that its machine is sending these things. Let me check the latest one, because normally I receive one overnight. Just see if I received any today. No, that's already morning. Definitely should be around. Well, when you don't need them, you get 100. You see 100 of them. But once you're looking for it, it's here, this one. Yeah, and I'm saying because it's the companies, they are based in the United States, so that's why it's coming like nighttime for me, our time zone. So this is how it looks like. Oracle GTM data updates for AppCam, and it's coming from no reply, so it's an automatic email, and that's how it looks.
USTPL.
So these are all codes, and the codes you can see. Basically, I didn't look in detail into these emails. It really doesn't matter as long as it is just for your information email. There is nothing I'm supposed to do out of this. So for these 94 rows added to this denied party list, it doesn't matter because it's overnight update. So if something has changed, GTM will pick it up automatically. There is no manual work for me to go and look which lines have changed, because it doesn't make any difference for me today or tomorrow or any day. So any transaction that will go, okay, they're just basically telling we are working, we are updating, so don't think you're paying your money for nothing. So these are daily updates on this list, and any transaction you will put through will be scanned against the latest data set. That's what I get from this.
Okay.
And then if you have any interest, this is an agency codes, because denied party list, it can be different. Some of them based on financial sanctions, some of them, I don't know, FBI, the terrorist list, or different, and each agency, this is basically a government agency, yeah, and it all has a different code. So if there is any interest, probably we can look at what this code is, but never kind of, wanted to investigate this any further, because no point. They've already keeping the data for us, so right. And so I think that is it for customers. I showed you how to do manually ad hoc screening if we need. Then we looked into the parties database. So yeah, and I showed you if we just look with no search criteria and we click search, that will be all the parties, and including companies and including contacts. So contacts will have a separate party ID. And this is an indicator. So green means that's been scanned and it's all fine. Yellow means there are questions to it. So let's look into this, because this is data from data migration. So I haven't inputted manually for all these 1,000 customers. So they migrated some data into UAT.
Is there a way to search by indicator for all the yellow triangles, or is it?
You can filter it, and your green will be on top, or your these ones haven't. Just let me put it to all. Yeah, and there is a I mean, Oracle provides lots of different options for search. And I will show you one more thing here. So it just takes a few seconds because it's 1,000. So by indicator, if you want to bring on top, this hasn't been screened at all, because again, it's kind of data migration activity. Hold on. And it does work slow, but this has already been raised with Oracle and IBM many times because it works slow. So here is your green on top. If we search it from here, we have many greens. And then I expect to see.
Oh, sorry, I spoiled your search. You had some good yellows there.
Yeah, so because that was the now I'm filtering it by the indicator, but if we do just search here, it brings the random, I don't know even, I think it's maybe what kind of an it brings. So we can look into this one, for example, yellow, someone. So this is the party card. You can see the party ID, first name, last name. And then if you click here, party screening matches. Okay. Let's have a look. Potential match, status potential match, regulations it refers to. This is the agency code I was talking about.
Yes.
And then so this is the restricted party information, and it shows as potential match. Let me see if I can see status from here. Okay, so if we want to see this in detail, there is this action button, which is also often used on in many of these Oracle tabs. Same idea. So this is our party card, and what we actions can do. We want to view the screening result. So you go to view here, and then you do review screening results, and that gives you this page, which is actually 100% match factor. And it's Indonesia. And for our, I'm not sure even, because normally you would expect, so basically we are getting 100% match on here. Because if you click on the details of it, so now they're going into it. So this is like, you know, we reviewed Kevin Monty, and it has just partial match in some letters of names and surnames. This one is 100% match. So this would have been definitely, so I wouldn't be sending it as, setting it up as straight away, because I'm not sure. It probably is a match. It's a real match from the real denied party list. And to have a better view of it, we need to understand, we only screen name and surname, but we need to understand what company this person belongs to and what country. So at least like get more detail, because if that is person for a company in Jakarta, in Indonesia, so this is more likely real party match. So we won't be doing business with them. And these are the options at the bottom. So this is how the trade compliance will make their decision. So you have as set verified match, set not a match, and set escalated. So by clicking here, and then you make your choice. So if you, like in Kevin's case, I was 100% sure it's not him, I would be clicking and set not a match and save. But here I can't make my decision. It probably set match straight away, because I have to look into it. Probably it's not the denied party, but definitely worth investigating, because the name is 100% match. I would have setting up this as set escalated and then save. Yeah.
I was just looking at those buttons for the options, and just thinking about the differences between what the different buttons mean in the actions. So
if I'm 100% sure and I'm ready to make the decision that it's a definitely match and we can't do business with this guy, I will be clicking here, set verified match, and save.
Okay, so that means we're not going to do business with you.
Yeah, verified match. I'm 100% sure this is the guy in our database, customer database. Is it the same exact guy that's mentioned on this list?
Right.
So I'm kind of matching, because this data is for our, that's what our customer data hub provides here, party ID. So it's Appcam party ID, and this is the name. But this part is from a DayCar data feed, restricted party screening. And if I'm 100% sure that it is exactly the same guy here and here, I will be setting up a verified match, and then the indicator will change from yellow to green, because denied party screening will always return a yellow sign saying like, hey, look into it, there is something that's matching. So it will never suggest you know, this is red or this is a kind of exclamation, you know, this exclamation sign, you need to have a look into it. And from here, the decision is made. So once you reviewed and you're 100% sure this is the same guy, you click here and say set verified match and save. If like you can't, yeah.
So set verified match means, are they okay to do business? Not
no, business. You're setting verified match. It's a verified match to denied party list. So it's not
right. Okay. Right. Sorry, I got confused. So all right.
Sorry, it's my explanation probably.
It's one of those double negatives. It's like, I agree you are not okay because you are on a list that does not allow you to do business. So two
yeah,
nots.
yeah, it's double, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the second here, the third part, is set not a match, meaning that this guy here, our guy, is not the same guy as here. So it's not a match, and we can't do business. Then you do this. So this, if you save this, it will result in a red indicator against that party. If you do this, it will result in green indicator against party. If you put set escalated, means that you need more time to investigate that, and it will result in yellow indicator. So something just on hold for the time being.
Okay.
Shaolin, are you following?
Yeah, Victoria, I have a question. So for the last button, set potential match, what does it mean?
Set potential match is when I want to reset it to where it was. Basically, any result, anything that denied party screening brings is set potential match. So it will bring it to default. So these three are decision buttons, which means I've checked and made a decision. If I want to put this set a potential match, it will override back to the initial result how it was. Because if you will see in transactions, it will make probably more sense when we look into actual transactions and this party gets screened. So all the matching results, Descartes provides as potential match.
Okay, thank you.
So that is a default. So the Descartes is giving you, saying like, this is a potential match. Then I'm making my decisions, this, and this, and I can override these decisions at any time. I can set it not a match, and tomorrow I can review it and say, okay, that was actually wrong. And I should have set it as set escalated, but I made this a decision. So let me go and so potential match, it brings it back to the default initial, basically, status with the yellow sign. And these three is actual steps of review and making decisions based on that review.
Okay, thank you.
But we will look into it more when we do actual transactions. So this is basically for the party, screening, like in isolation from everything. But once it is in a transaction, it's starting making more sense. Right. And let's have a look what else we have there. So this is the guy, because it's 100% match. So we are not doing business. Let me see if party screening matches. So this is just shows you the line, but we can't do anything from here. If you want to have actual look into this, you go view and review party screening. The party status is escalated. You know, the ones that I saved. So it updated the status. So if I want to, I don't know, let's say I reviewed it and I'm 100% sure that this is a match. I will put it set verified match and save. And now when we look into it, set verified match here, yeah, so you can see that the decision's been made. Comments, I'm not sure what's in comments. I think I can put comment. Yeah, look. Yeah, test. So once you do these decisions, it's good to see when and who and what for and what was the reason, yeah, and the date, for example.
Yeah. Verified internally, this customer will not be used. Blah blah blah. Right.
Yeah, so you can write the free text looks like. So I haven't even tried this before. It looks like free text and good to see. So people who in like 5-10 years, people could see probably what was, or good trail. Let's say I put the date and put comment, and then we can maybe come back to it.
Yeah.
And say on a different date, probably which, and then you do save. Let's see what it gives us. Yeah, so.
Yes. You got a line?
Oh yeah, I've got a line. Yeah. Look.
Yeah.
Lovely. And
So
commented by whom gives my ID actually. Even if I don't put my name here, it gives the ID of the author. So you can't. Very visual actually. Very good, isn't it?
Mm.
Well, you see, new discoveries every day. Right. Anything else we want to see from here, or?
So, what would the GTM administrator do? Would they actively look for red and yellow triangles, or do they just wait until some indication? When do you work? How do I know when to work? What drives me to do something?
This business monitor. So I asked IBM to. So this, you know, this flag on top here, which is called business monitor. So if we click there, it opens up the page with the top queries basically. So you can work from here. So you don't even normally, we wouldn't need to go into the tabs unless you have some certain like purpose or task to do. You can work from here because like license, but we will talk about licenses on a separate day, query, and that is your, so this is your transactions on hold.
Right.
So you have 13 GTM transaction failed query. So that transaction that GTM checked and failed. Here is your list. So you, let's say it happened overnight. So once you go into that and review transactions and either cancel them or you move them forward, setting up to green. So review and process these transactions. So these numbers in brackets will reduce. Let's say you left it at 0 when you went home, then you're coming in the morning, you open your business monitor, and that's, you see there are jobs to do, yeah? This is your transactions that needs your attention to work through. And you have 10,000 here. But this is data migration. This was like during they migrated the huge chunk of customer data. Customers have up to 10 or even more contacts assigned to them. That's why it results in these huge numbers. So if I click here, this is all your yellow indicators. So this is all for review.
Is it likely you'll get the same data in production?
I hope not, because I definitely don't want to clear 10,000 potential matches. And we were currently working on a formula, because again, the second thing here is that the match criteria is customizable. So each company decides how to set up this criteria, what is the percent matching, because when it initially it's been set up as 70, I think 70%, everything that matches more than 70% will be highlighted. And then I was getting this tens of thousands of matches. And I said, that's not the way to work productively. So we were working with GTM to find out this percentage of not missing on things. Like if you raise it up to 95, probably you will miss a few things here and there. So I think we eventually, on some places it's 80%, and on some it's 85%. So we were trying to work out this algorithm. How can we pick up real potential matches, but not having 10,000 items for review every morning?
Yeah.
So it's still work in progress. We're still working on it, and we're still trying. So he's adjusting these percentages, and we're trying. We'll see what's getting picked up. If that's, you see that that's not what I want to see. So like with Kevin, you know, we screened Kevin, and it picked up 70% match. So this won't happen. I think 70% is too low, and it will return me all the Kevins in the world. which I don't want really to look at every morning. So I need only the, like in the second, case that we looked at, name and surname matches. So that was a kind of true potential match, because potential match on Kevin wasn't actually a match, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah. You want them that you want the full name, first name, last name, not any.
Full first and last 100% match, as we had it in the second case. I think we lifted it up to 90%. So it could be a couple of letters, but at least
Right.
like if you keep it at 70, you will see every Kevin.
Does that mean if my first name and last name had 20 characters, at your 90%, it would match 18 characters? Is it something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, it doesn't matter, just 80% wherever they're sprinkled.
Yeah, and then the formulas. This was a bit complicated actually, and Geoffrey spoke several times to Oracle and Descartes how to adjust these formulas, because there is forward search and there is reverse search. So let me just look into one of these. I'll show you. And I still, to be honest, Constance Brown. Okay, let's look into Constance. So Constance has yellow indicator. We do actions and we do view and we do review screening results. And here we see Constance Brown and the 100% match factor. So it wasn't a very good example. So again, in this case, I would potentially set it up as escalated and look into, in our case, to whom this Constance Brown belongs. So if Constance Brown is working for a company in San Francisco, United States, probably and there is always an option. So can imagine there will be cases where we can't make this decision, because it's a serious decision to make. Basically, it will result in affecting our business if we, let's say, don't want to work with it. So you want to get it right. And in cases where you're absolutely not sure and can't make your decision, we can contact these agencies. So the escalation route can be, you can escalate it to your manager, but if still the decision cannot be made, not enough information, or still you have concerns, we can contact the agencies. So these all agencies, they have some kind of contact details, and you can ask basically this person, can you please make sure, check for us? So you can escalate it up to the actual agency who published the list. Yeah, it doesn't give much here. So, but again, this is the agency and it's all federal regulation. Okay, it will want me to log in properly with here. But again, this provides links. If you can see, it provides agency code, it provides link where you can review the regulation once you know the login details. And that's how we're gonna do. So for the easy cases where it's an obvious decision, we will probably do ourselves. In the cases like that, or if you collected the information and you're still not sure, then escalating to the actual government agency. Let's have a look on someone who doesn't have 100% match. Right, here is the few lines.
Yeah.
And you see how many. Look. Because I think I'm not sure what this L means, but I think it's frequently used in the Arabic countries, and I'm sure is like a name. So how many we have? In this case, we do have to review all of it. and it's all on 90% match. And if you want more detail for any particular one, again, you have your agency code and you see the same thing matches lists from different agencies. So it's not just one government agency. This one, and then different one, and is it all? And then the third one. So in some cases, there's different agencies. That's why the list is so long. So it actually found matches in lists of various agencies. And if you want more about this particular regulation, this is the link to the MK denial. It's a DACAR website this time. So you can have a look here. And it's 90% match. And we will have to review it all. And if you looked and see that none of it is actually relevant, then if you click here, it will, you don't need to click one by one. So clicking on the little box here will tick or untick all. So for example, you tick it all and you say, set not a match. It's okay. That's not the, I will
dangerous.
set it, yeah, set not a match, save, and you will see that the indicator has changed. Well, I don't think, oh yeah, it did, yeah? Yeah, so that we verified and I approved it, so it's the green now. And this one, let's say this is a different one again. Where is our constants? Lost constants. This is another many. And these, some of them are 100%. So Brandon Collins is matching our Brandon Collins. And again, different agency codes, different lists. So here, I think a little bit more investigation will be needed. So I'll click it, set escalated, and save.
Absolutely.
And that
matched. So match factor percentages: 100%, 85%, 90%. Is 100% means it matches everything in our records to what the data is in DACAR, and
yeah.
85. Okay.
Yeah. So if we look here, and there is also a tab to see the. So the 100%, the first two records is Brand. So our guy is Brandon Collins, and this first name, last name, Brandon Collins. If you need a bit more detail, this little blue thingy here, if you click, it shows you in this your party and restricted party is Brandon Collins. So this name, and I think maybe it's a middle name or something else. So, or double surname, but at least like it matches 100% here. And if you look into 85%, also on this blue. So we have Brandon, and this is Brenda. So the lady, yeah. So and we have Collins, and she's Lincoln, which is having the same letter combination. So this one I would definitely say it's not a match, yeah? So probably I can, let me try to click it in a way, empty unknown. So I haven't actually tried. So I'm sure that Brenda is not a match. Not a match, save. Yeah. So it can have various statuses. I, for example, verified these records, and Brenda is definitely not a match. With this Oracle, sometimes it doesn't have this return button, which is rather annoying. You have to go. So now you can see. Even save it from here. So the last two, Brenda is fine. This is another Brenda, which is so it's definitely not a match, not a match, not a match. So I saved that, and the rest is, I'm not sure about this first Brendan because it does match 100% name and surname, so it will be set escalated. So you save it this way. So basically that's how it works, and until you make your decision on every single tab, on every single tick, and put it as green, then the transaction won't be processed.
I little bit wonder how many of these issues are brought by Dakar and how many of these issues are man-made because of data migration.
All of these potential matches. So Dakar found something for these names and companies in their database. So these all are valid potential matches, but probably it shows that many because the search matching criteria was set up too low at 70%. Probably some companies who work in a military sector, let's say, and they don't have that many shipments, probably they set it up at 50% because they need to show they have probably 10 customers altogether, and they need to make sure that none of it completely matches, like not matching anything, and they can set it up. So this is all customizable and depending on business needs. In our case, where we have thousands of customers with tens of thousands of contacts in them, to set it up at 50%, we will need like a staff like of 150 people to do just this, review the data from Dakar. So we need to find out this balance for us, what isn't too low and isn't too high, the percentages, and we are currently working with GTM on that. So just basically we're setting it up, we're testing, seeing what's being highlighted, if it's good, if it's not, then we're retesting, resetting. So still kind of work in progress.
Okay.
But all these are actually, there is some, so there won't be this triangle for no reason. They found some kind of a match on each single line of this.
Really? So this is
well,
like
if it's yellow,
yeah,
it's a reconciliation. Yeah, you're right. So
yeah.
If you click on each single line of it, which is highlighted as yellow, and you can see there is 1,000 line. I mean, on this business monitor, we saw it's 10,000 plus lines.
Yeah.
Each of them will have some match. So if there is no match, it's green. The indicator is green. If we tested my name first. So you put Victoria Woodcock, there is nothing. So that would be green. Like they couldn't find anything on any list. But these all, thousands of these, they found some kind of a match. So that's what it is. And that's why we need to, that's it on 70% match factor. So we raised it up to 85%. So if we rescreen these, those between 70 and 85 will disappear because we lifted the criteria to 85%.
Okay. I begin to understand your numbers now. It's you need to find a number that you can work with properly, but also not let people drop through the net and accidentally buy from you.
Yeah, I can lift it up to 99%, and then I won't have probably one match in a month, but then there is a high chance that I'm missing important things. And I don't want to have it at 70% because then I'm having 10,000 to review manually. So that's why we are looking for this balance at the moment. Right. Anything else you want to know?
No, I'm a little bit. I don't know if I deviated from where you wanted to take us. So,
No, this is like where we wanted to. I think it is important to understand the actual process because this is completely new. Let's say when we spoke about classification, in terms of a process, trade compliance process, there isn't much new. It's only we're supposed to use the new system, but the actual process is the same. We know what's classification, we know how it's done, we know how we work with it. This is something completely new. So that's why we probably spent a bit more time on it today. And it's really important to understand what is the actual logic of this process.
Yes.
Why are we doing it, and what's the best way of doing it?
So
And then,
if we, yeah, sorry, carry on, Victoria.
No, I just wanted to say that we will have a separate conversation about licenses, which is here. We've already discussed the denied party screening here, and then these are holds up for transaction and transaction line. So these two will be in the Thursday session that we planned. So this is actual transaction. So this is actually customer data transaction interface holds, and these are actual transactions. So you can see that these are actual orders which were created recently, not recently, but yeah, you can see the created date, and these are actual orders that are on hold. So we will have a look into this. When these all two come together, the customer and the product will come together into a transaction, and that's how it gets on hold. So that's for Thursday.
Okay.
Okay.
So in restricted party screening, it's the first two icons that we look at, parties and restricted
Yeah.
party screening. Okay, and you also showed us the flag at the top to look at the monitor.
Business monitor, yeah, here.
Business monitor. Okay, that's a great session. Yeah, learned a lot there.
Well, I think it's still, we will need to spend some time on it, just trying to work it all out. What is the best thing to do and how? Because just again, I have zero experience of dealing it in real life. And I actually have an instruction on how to deal with this exception. I think I will populate it. I will email it to all of you. Yeah, the one that I don't know. Stuart asked me to do it like ages ago. He said, like, what will be an instruction? Okay, the potential match is highlighted. So what do you do? So basically, this is a one-page document, like I think 4 steps or 5 steps I wrote. So I will share that, and you will have a look and let me know if that makes sense, or if any comments,
Yeah,
everything's welcome. Because
yeah.
we have a completely new process, we are working on it together.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
Right. So I think that is it for today. Yeah.
Okay.
So I stop sharing my screen.
Okay.
Thank you for that. I'm just gonna stop the recording, but that's it. That's a great session. Thank you again, Victoria. Day 2.
Thank you very much, Victoria.
No worries.
Thank you.